Iron Harbinger was the best thing that could have gone to. Oh, and there's the Hecarim. Hey everyone, Raptorspank here. Welcome to Labmatic, the show where I jump into labs for a couple of games. The goal is a lighthearted video that showcases the current lab on Legends of Runeterra. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright, so let's jump into Scar Tissue here and see how this first deck does. This one ought to be interesting, since Vladimir implies that this deck won't want to die, which seems very against Bestow. But it's got some really great payoffs for things that have been bestowed. Alright, well, I don't think we want to keep this. Flash Freeze is super good is what I've learned. Frostbite in this format is so amazing. And we'll keep the Braum. If stuff gets bestowed onto Braum, that's going to be super good for us. These are decent things. This deck seems pretty slow, though, right off the rip. So we'll see how that goes. What are they discarding? Oh, interesting. Haven't actually played against this this Bestow deck yet, so ought to be neat. See what they got. The nice thing about 30 health is that, yeah, this straight up attack is something we don't really care about. We're completely fine with that. I think we don't actually want to play Iceveil Archer then. I think we'd rather just run Glory Seeker out.
I need just a moment.
Because she's going to give a ton of power to one of our units when she dies. So that's extraordinarily good for us. Now the question is whether we play Stefan before attacking. I don't think we do. I think we just go straight to combat here. Yeah, I think we want to bestow this much power to one of these units.
Remember me.
Oh, that was the worst one it could have gone on to. Interesting. Oh, Monkey Idol. Ooh, that's gonna be dirty in this. How do we want to do this? I think we do actually play Stefan out now. I think I'd rather stuff... Yeah, we'll play Stefan. We will play Stefan. We'll see what our opponent does next turn. If we get the chance, we'll probably Frostbite this Powder Monkey. Since we don't really want these bestowed, or we don't want the Powder Monkey bestowing to his hand, so there's a good chance we're going to prevent it from passing power on. Let's see what he does, though.
Like this? Oh, I see.
That's scary. All right, well we'll do this.
A chill in the air.
So that at least does not pass any power. It's only going to pass the one toughness. Yeah, we're fine banking here. We would love to give this 8-2 to Braum. Oh lord. Yeah, that's a little sketchy. Man, that gets scary quick. I didn't realize Power Monkey counted as a 1 cost. Interesting. So we'll Flash Freeze this Powder Monkey. I think we're fine with that. I mean, we did kind of want the Archer to die right now, but it's not really. It's not that important. This Frostbite's really keeping us in the game, because these Powder Monkeys would have gotten out of control real quick. Oh lord, that's also sketchy. Yeah, it's fine. Frostbite's saving us, so we have to keep counting on it to do really well for us. Probably Frostbite this Powder Monkey too. Ooh, Skarma the Vrina is great. The problem is we're not passing much health on, which is what we really want. Okay, so I think we trade here. I think we block here.
Stop this foolery.
And then I think we Flash Freeze Powder Monkey. I think that's the best thing we can do here. And we can always use Transfusion to save Stefan. Oh wow, she got it? Oh, that's really good. That's pretty perfect. I think we'll run her out then. Yeah, there's not a lot. There's not a lot they can do to really punish this play. All right. Oh, that's terrifying. We really need to kill this Von Yip, but we don't have any good way to do that. And we can always transfusion to protect Stefan starting next turn if they don't kill him right now. So that's pretty good for us.
Anything helps.
Oh lord. Also scary. What did they discard? Oh, you've been warned? Oh, that's fine. That's understandable. They're slowly whittling our health down. Frostbite really is the only thing keeping us in this game. Like, actually. Tempting to play the Braum, but I don't think... I mean, maybe we need to. Maybe we do actually need to run out Braum. Yeah, okay, we'll run this Braum out. I think we need to start getting the board controlled Mighty Poros, and then those are Mighty Poros we can lose to buff other units in our hand. And then we still have transfusion up, so that's the important part here. I think we won't attack with Stefan. We really don't want to lose him. Yeah, I think we'll pull Powder Monkey over. It's tempting to pull Von Yip, but we can't actually kill him. So all we can do is transfusion to deal damage to him, and then guillotine. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Now, the one problem here is we just created something huge in their hand, probably, but... Ooh. Depending on what he does, we can always kill this Monkey Idol before it can create more Powder Monkeys.
Hey there.
Oh, God! That is the worst thing that he could have had for us. That's, yeah, that's brutal. That's the best Prowling Cutthroat I've ever seen. Alright, so we did just make it so all of our units could die fairly easily here, but I think we had to prevent that from playing or creating another Powder Monkey. The Powder Monkeys are getting real terrifying. Oh, wow, and so the Powder Monkey stats are passed somewhere up here. There's something else in his hand. That's unfortunate. Yep, that is in fact pretty unfortunate. Oh, that's been all of the Powder Monkeys, basically, have gone... What?! Oh my god, no! Alright, that's a problem. That could just kill us next turn.
It is easy, see?
If he can give Fizz elusive, we're just dead here. Yeah, this is definitely not where we wanted to be. If he gives Fizz elusive, we're dead. Just on the spot. Nothing we can do about it. Alright, and that's game. Yep. Alright, well, that looks good for our opponent's deck. Definitely felt like this deck was pretty slow. Alright, so let's try to take the initiative. We played against this in one of the earlier games, but let's see how it does in our hands. See if we can bounce back after that scar tissue game that did not go any way in our direction. This is some powerful stuff. Bubble Bear's tempting because anything bestowed to him will make him good, but I'm not sure we actually want to go for that. And Quinn, I think we pitch this and hope we get something faster. This is a good curve here, but we would love something on turn 1. Maybe that's being greedy, but I feel like there's a good chance we can find something. Well, not there, but... Ooh, Relentless Pursuit. That could be good. Pile of Poros, huh? So ought to be interesting. This deck impressed us quite a bit in the last episode, so curious to see how it goes now that we'll be against it. Our opponent's really thinking a lot for having no other plays. Hey! They figured out what they wanted to do. Must have gotten a phone call or something. Wow, that is so many Bubble Bears. I would not mind if it was a good card right now, but it is not. I think we swing here anyways. I think we would just want to start clearing blockers away. Ooh, wow. That's weird. I don't know why they wouldn't be willing to block. That would just buff stuff in their hand. That is so weird.
A true Freljordian welcome.
Interesting. Yeah.
Come on.
We'll play Green Fang Warden. I don't know if he has any way to kill warships. I don't think he does. I don't think his deck runs ways to do that. Oh man, that would be great to play. But I think we want to run out this misfortune. I don't know how much we actually want to swing with here.
Is it the mustache? Who knows?
Concerning. I think we do attack with him. We don't want to lose our misfortune, but I think we are willing to lose anything else. Oh, that's the best thing that could have happened. Oh, we're totally okay with that. Alright, let's swing again for the misfortune trigger.
You are safe with Braum.
Hopefully he can't use Braum to kill our misfortune next turn. Because as long as he doesn't, we are in great shape to level this misfortune up. So we can even play Genevieve that turn. Alright, we'll definitely just play Brightsteel Protector and Barrier Misfortune, so no matter what our opponent finds, it doesn't kill Misfortune. Because that's the worst case scenario. Losing her is as bad as things can be for us.
Let's show our friends the door. Show me your best.
Yeah, we're fine losing him. We are totally fine losing Green Fang Warden. It's just gonna buff stuff in our hand. And we'll toss away this Brightsteel Protector. Neither of these are good on their own right now for us, so I'd rather just pass their stats on. Yeah, like that. That's the best possible outcome. That was exactly what we wanted. Alright, I think we just play Elmheart. Yeah, we'll play Elmheart.
Genevieve, why are you here?
Oh, he's so subtle.
Well, we could potentially kill Braum here. If he doesn't have anything.
Carved from the savage cold.
Alright, well that's unfortunate. Definitely not attacking with him now. Yeah, we'll go for killing Braum here. Because I think we'll get away with that. To be quite honest. Now she deals damage. So if I swing again, I can do this and pull Sejuani. And I think we're in good shape here. I don't think he can really do anything about this with what he has. I suppose Elixir of Iron could cause problems? But worst case scenario, if he kills MF, it just passes big stats on. Is he not even gonna block? Honestly, he's probably better off not blocking. Well, I guess if he wants to pass the stats on. And we killed Sejuani, so that's also good. Ooh, a pretty big bubble bear. That's great. We definitely want to keep this misfortune alive as much as possible. Oh, yeah, yeah. If misfortune doesn't die, this island navigator is going to be brutal for our opponent. Man, it's tempting to play Bubble Bear, but that's super greedy. Do we go for Ultra Greed? We could play Brightsteel plus Navigator. Brightsteel plus Navigator. Oh, that's the better play. Yeah. Well, this way we protect our misfortune. We can still play Navigator. We can still do Relentless Pursuit. We can still get 2 attacks this turn.
Pillage and burn.
Dangerous waters.
We'll take
That's
what
not
we
too bad.
want.
I think we're too at risk to block here. I don't think that's good for us. Yeah, we'll take the hit. It's not lethal. And this way we can get our double attack, possibly. Oh, Poro Stacks, yeah, I'm not worried about that. Poro Stacks is not something I'm concerned about in the slightest bit. The question is, if we swing with everything, can he kill everything? I think he can, so I don't think we want to swing with everything.
Forward.
Just going for max misfortune damage here. And then we can swing with misfortune because she has barrier. So that's really good for us. I assume he's going to block here because regeneration makes it so it's basically impossible for us to kill Scar Maiden Reaver. Now, the question is, do we full swing afterwards? Because I could full swing now.
My writing.
How many things could he kill? This could kill something. This could kill something. So he could kill 2 things. I mean, only one thing kills this. I think we do, though. I think this is actually... I think we go full swing here. Because she's safe. And then anything that dies here will go to Bubble Bears. And I don't think we necessarily care about attacking twice next turn. It could matter, but I think we could just kill with lethal flyers. So I think we're fine just banking on that.
Prove yourself.
Oh, he's just gonna prevent the damage. That's perfect. We're good with that. We are good with that. Although this has him not killing anything of ours, so that's curious. I would definitely think he'd want to trade here with something.
My life for Avarosa.
All right, sure. I mean, we'll take that. Very, very curious choice from our opponent, but we'll take it. And while we didn't do that much damage, we just did 3 damage from the MF trigger, we're actually fine with that because we cleared a bunch of their blockers. Even though we're gonna go for the aerial win. Alright, we'll swing with him, just to get the MF trigger from the free attack.
Bold, aren't you?
And hopefully this goes to one of our flyers. Well, it will go to one of our flyers. Hopefully it's this one. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. We're 1 mana away from playing both of these and getting Concerted Strike. Oh, that's perfect. I think our opponent's dead. They don't even realize it yet, but our opponent is dead here. Maybe if they get a Daring Poro, perhaps? Actually, no, that doesn't matter. We're gonna keep the Concerted Strike up. That way we can kill the Poro. But yeah, this is game. I don't think there's anything he can do for 1 mana that gets him out of this. Yep, there we go. Alright, well that went decidedly well. Though I was really scared of Frostbite, so I think our opponent got a little unlucky and couldn't find their Frostbite. Alright, so let's try the last deck, Nothing But Powder Monkeys. This ought to be interesting since we just played against this, but I think there's a lot of promise to this deck. Because even through Frostbite, it's still pretty rough, and definitely if you can find the Powder Monkeys, that's pretty big. Especially if you can find the thing that buffs 1-drops, but it's got a lot of good elements. Alright, so there's the 1-drop buff. I think we're actually quite happy keeping most of this. Yeah, I think this is pretty strong. I don't think we want to mulligan any of this. We can always fire off Double Trouble if we have to build Boar Presence, but with 30 health we probably won't need to. And then we have turn 4 Professor Von Yip, so if we can bank enough for this Double Trouble, ooh, and with multiple ones, we're in really good shape. We're gonna run this Butcher out though. If he dies, that just buffs our units, otherwise it's just free damage in. And we don't care to get Plunder on this. Wow, it has Deep in here? That's a weird choice. That's a really weird choice. This feels like a useless card for this deck. Oh, I didn't even notice we were playing against Certain Death. Alright, that's a little scary, but we saw how powerful it was in the last video. But still, I think we're fine. I think this can work. And next turn we get to Von Yip into Double Trouble. And their removal is primarily like Deathmark, so we're not that worried about it. Because that still lets us get our Double Trouble off. Okay. This is a pretty slow start for Certain Death. Oh, and he's not even going to attack? That's weird. We can't block Iron Harbinger. Huh. I feel like that was a mistake. And the fact that I could play another Von Yip is pretty crazy. I mean, I think we're still going to Double Trouble. As tempting as it is to play more Von Yips. We have so many of them. Oh, man. How greedy are we gonna be? No, let's not be greedy. Let's not be greedy. It would be fun. It'd be tempting, because if it worked, we were gonna get some massive 1-drops. But we'll be smart. We'll be. Ooh, wow, that's actually one of the better 1-drops. All right, we're totally fine with that. I think we're actually fine just swinging everything in.
Let's get to it.
I assume he blocks here. And then that'll undo all of the life gain. He can't Deathmark, so that's the important thing. Though this is going to buff something in his hand by a massive amount, and that's what we are pretty scared about. And he'll still take 2 damage from this attack, unless he blocks. Yeah, I didn't think he would either. Even though Iron Harbinger would live through that, and we can't pump him, I think he doesn't want to even take that risk in the first place. Oh, wow. Okay, Zap Sprayfin got the buff. That's great. We're going to play another Von Yip and then Jagged Butcher.
Do not fear the shrouded path.
We're willing to take the hit from Zed here. If he just swings in, we're fine with that for now. And if he doesn't, we get to play this Jagged Butcher. It's possible he won't even swing, though. Like, if he doesn't have any pump spells, then this Von Yip does kill his Zed. And I think he's trying to decide if it's worth losing Zed for that. I suppose we probably should block with Von Yip if he swings with Zed regardless.
Only the worthy survive. They will crumble.
Yeah, I think we should block this Zed, because I think there's a good chance that he's holding Deathmark. So I think we'll end up losing this Von Yip anyways. Although I suppose I could just let that damage hit. Maybe that would have been better. That would have half-healthed us, though. Okay. Well, Von Yip lives long enough for me to play another Jagged Butcher.
Like the stink of blood and sweat.
I suppose I should block there, too, and just lost him. Alright, we're going to play this Island Navigator right off the bat here. As tempting as it is to get the third Von Yip out, it's smarter to just start playing as much as we can. Yeah, I think we're still willing to swing here.
Always forward.
We'll probably lose Precious Pet, but that's fine. And we can Jury Rig to get a buff thing if he tries to kill Von Yip.
Return me to the sea.
Interesting. He finally decided to block, huh? Oh, I suppose that's why Devourer of the Depths is in here, because when it gets buffed like that, it becomes incredibly threatening. Alright, well, that's scary. Especially if he has Deathmark here. Alright. We called his bluff. Oh, Prowling Cutthroat's good. We might go Ultra Green and try to get this Von Yip out. Especially since we can Jury Rig for blockers.
Without a sound.
Oh my god.
Quite right, quite right.
Alright, the bright side here is we're going to get some big elusives off this. Because these two are going to die and buff that. Presumably. Actually, you know what? We're going to Jury Rig. We're going to Jury Rig here. Because this is going to be the largest thing for us to lose. And we're going to lose our biggest units. That's our goal. Because we just want to really buff these things. Devourer of the Depths isn't worth that much now that this Zed is so huge. If Devourer of the Depths can kill that, it's going to be incredibly unlikely. Alright, we'll play Prowling Cutthroat and get the full buffs. That's almost lethal right there. Let's see what our opponent has. Oh my god. We're seeing certain death just go off here. I think we still have them though. That's the crazy part. Is I think this is still gonna kill him. We'll see though.
I have unfinished.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, well. Whoop, not you. I think we'll actually swing with Jagged Butcher. Because I think at this point we'd much rather Jailbreak. Now presumably this will block here. So we're gonna have to like wombo combo kill him, but this is lethal right with these two. So even with this crazy amount of lifesteal on the Zed, he has to kill these two, or he's in trouble. Does he have Deathmark? Ah, he finally found the Deathmark. That's unfortunate. Oh well. At least he didn't deathmark one of his living shadows. Oh my god, this will actually work. We've reached the point because he killed the flyer. That's crazy. We're just summoning blockers now to block this Zed. I mean, if he lets us, we'll play this Devourer. Oh, now we find Vi. That's not particularly useful. Alright, so we will block here, we'll block here, and then I guess we have to lose a Vanyip, so we'll toss him. Where does that power go? Vi? Oh, that's exactly where we wanted it to go. Alright, and we'll get rid of the Zed. And he'll lose the buff from it. That's the better part of that. Weird that he wasn't swinging with, like, Iron Harbinger. Harrowing? Well, that's going to create something massive in his hand. But how scared are we of that? Whatever's in his hand is huge. Or the next thing off the top of his deck. If that's a Hecarim, we're in trouble.
Let's do this.
This Devourer of the Depths could be pretty good if we lose stuff. I suppose the risk here is that Hecarim is even more concerning now, but I think that's a risk we have to take. Okay, it's an Iron Harbinger. That is not scary. Alright, that's good. Iron Harbinger was the best thing that could have gone to. Oh, and there's the Hecarim. Are we dead? I think we might actually be dead. I don't think we can deal with this. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he got there. Yeah, I mean, we'll do the blocks real quick. But he had the death mark for our flyer, and that got him the game. Nope. He lived the dream. We should have had him there, but he finally found the cards he needed. Unlucky, but is the way it is. Guess we shouldn't have swung with Devourer of the Depths. Should have known better than that. Alright, so what we learned is that definitely Certain Death is the best deck that you can play if you're playing Labs. Its win rate is substantially better than the other decks. The power that can put out is just absolutely crazy, which we saw multiple times, and Deathmark is the most powerful removal in the game if you happen to be going Ephemerals. The problem being in standard gameplay is that Ephemeral as a deck isn't really good enough to get there. But if you can run Ephemerals, which obviously in Bestow Certain Death that's a really great format for it, then Deathmark's the most powerful removal, and it's very hard for other decks to compete with it. That said, very impressed by what the Nothing But Powder Monkeys deck was able to do. That became pretty crazy pretty quick, and if he didn't have that perfect timed Deathmark right then and there, we would have killed him with just having flyers that got past all of his life gain. And then if he didn't have Hecarim left in hand when that one unit died, we were also fine. But and even still, all we had to do was not attack with Devourer of Depths, and we probably would have had that game. But you know, is what it is. That deck seems really powerful, so Nothing But Powder Monkeys definitely a good one if you're looking to get a few more games in before the lab changes. I definitely recommend that one. That one was really fun. Take the Initiative's pretty good too. We've seen it win, we've seen it lose, but definitely a pretty fun deck, and being able to attack multiple times a turn with some huge unit is pretty powerful. And the Scar Tissue deck is just bad. I would avoid that deck. I think that's the worst deck out of all 6 of them. The big problem there is that a lot of the creatures are like, hey, if we survive damage, we'll get this power, but otherwise start with low to no power. And the problem with that is that in Bestow, things get huge so quickly that almost every one of those units will just die without ever getting bigger. And yeah, if they keep passing like health on over and over again, eventually you might get something that can live, but by then it's too late. So I think that's a big problem with the deck, is that while it kind of makes sense because Bestow will keep giving health and all that to your units so that they can survive, so that they can get bigger in power, and then if they do, or when they eventually do die, they'll pass even more power on. But in reality, they usually die in one hit, and if they don't, what they end up passing Bestow-wise is pretty low stats, since they have to take damage to get bigger, so then they end up passing not that much health on. It's just kind of a mediocre deck overall. So if you're just looking for fun games, I really don't recommend the Scar Tissue deck. Definitely Certain Death is your best bet, but Pile of Poros and honestly I'd say that last one, the Nothing But Powder Monkeys, they're up there as the best choices you can make. I would say those three. Take the Initiative can definitely win some games too, and I do think the other two decks can get you somewhere, but Noble Sacrifice especially, it's very strong, but definitely Scar Tissue feels bad. But overall, I would say this lab was a pretty huge success. I really like what they did with it this time around. The last one was fun, but this one's definitely an easy lab to play when you're just looking for some real fun shenanigans. I mean, we saw 58 power Hecarim. Like, that's nuts. That's crazy. You won't really see that anywhere else. So it's a great format for that. Really cool. So I think Riot knocked it out of the park with this one. So thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more videos just like it.